This plant has come back from the dead. When I took him out of the soil, he had no roots and it was just a cutting. I don't know why, but that one couldn't handle sun that well. So from one day to another, he just shriveled up and all his leaves fell out. In the beginning, when I got this one, I was on the fence of liking him or not. Never had a pest. I have to knock on wood. Hi everyone, I'm Lulu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today I'm going to show you my favorite plants of June. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. The first plant on the list is my Hoya Anakobash. Where do I start? This plant has come back from the dead. This one has the beautiful variegated margins. I got this one right beside a window and he gets morning sun from 6 to 12:30. In the past few months he grew all of this, so he grew a lot. And when I bought this one, I don't remember where I bought it from. I think an online shop. He only came with 2 leaves. And when I took him out of the soil, he had no roots and it was just a cutting. So I had to root him essentially. And that happened once. Then I potted him up. He didn't like that. So again, I put him in water. Then again, I potted him up. He didn't like that, so he rotted. I had to chop him and there was only a little bit stem left. So I put that one again in water. Then I put him in soil again. I think it went well for 2 months and then I forgot to water him and he just declined. I had to reroot him again. And when I rerooted this cutting, I don't know if you can see it, but here was the end of the cutting. So there were really only 4 leaves. I hoped he would survive because all the 4 leaves were shriveled up and it wasn't very pretty. And then he came back from the dead and he is lush now. So I'm very grateful that this one pulled through and I'm very proud that he grew so much and that he is finally happy. Also, he is in a pot with drainage holes. And this planter I glued together. It was the cake plate, the cup plate and the cup itself. And I glued them all together to get this aesthetic. And I have a lot more of these types of teacups. But I only did it with this one because of the greenery. That is it for this plant. So the next one is Siss Roombifolia. And this is one of my all-time favorites. He is standing on my bookcase in the living room and he is too big to get him off of it and to display him in my hand because he's very big and he has a lot of new growth and hanging tentacles. Sometimes I forget this one because he blends in with my furniture and the way my living room looks. This one is one of my all-time favorites because he is so beautifully vining and I like the leaf shape. It reminds me of a lot of vining fruit plants or plants we have in the forests in the Netherlands. So it really gives me the feeling of nature and I'm really glad he is doing great because this beautiful one is from 2021, but I tried this one before that was in 2020 and I don't know why, but that one couldn't handle sun that well. So from one day to another he just shriveled up and all his leaves fell out. And I didn't do anything weird with the watering. It was very consistent once a week. But yeah, I wanted to try this plant again because I really liked the look. So I bought it again and that's this one. In 2 years he has grown double his size. So I'm very proud of him and I can't wait till he touches the floor. So with the next plant I kind of have a love-hate relationship. It is the Syngonium albo. And let me explain. I really love the pattern and the different kind of variegations on each leaf. Of course, the variegation within the whole plant will have a pattern, but every leaf is still kind of different and I really like that about this plant. These are 2 top cuttings of what was my big Syngonium. And as you can see, these are small to medium leaves. And they all have different kind of variegation. Oh wow, the construction is beginning now, so if you hear noises, it's that. When I got this one in 2020, I didn't like the idea of this plant hanging because of the really small leaves and the big spaces in between them. So I always aspired to grow this plant very big with very big leaves, very high. I did that 3 times over the years. And I didn't like the look and I didn't have the space. So every time I chopped it, and these are the top cuttings from the third one. I think now, because I know I really like the leaves, but I don't like how he looks overall when he is big and grown. I've decided to start all over again and try to let him trill and then put him, I think, somewhere up. What I learned from the 3 times is that when it comes to the overall shape of the plant, I like the look of the smaller leaves. So in my mind, what I wanted was those smaller leaves on a stick. But that's not possible, because if you put him on a stick, he will grow bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why I want to try to let him trill. So hopefully he will keep this size of leaves. The next one is a recent favorite of mine. It is the Piper Silphaticum, and I have to back up a little bit because he has a lot of new growth. In the beginning when I got this one, I was on the fence of liking him or not, because he looked fake and he didn't look like much. He looked like very fabricated. This is how he is now. I think in one of my watering videos, you could also see this one, and from that one to this video is 2 months. So this is 2 months of growth, and I think it's a lot, and I'm very happy with this new growth. Here is a close-up of the leaves. I think I really like the aesthetic from afar. It almost looks like the normal hanging philodendron mixed with Monstera siltepecana, and I'm all here for it. And I really like that combo. The last plant is so long, I have to stand up for that. This is the Hoya Carnosa albo, and this is the queen. I got her in the beginning of 2019, and here's a picture of how she looked then. And this is how she looks now. So I am really proud of her, and I'm loving the long and lush look. She is also the one who got me into variegated plants, so I have to thank her for that. And she is just phenomenal. When there are new white leaves, there are bright pink. Those are a little bit worn off already, but this one has always been by my side from the beginning, and I never experienced once problems with this one. Never had a pest. I have to never had a pest. I have to knock on wood, but I'm very happy with this one. It just grows a lot. After 2 years, it just started growing like crazy. And if you like variegated plants but don't have a lot of money or don't have the budget for a lot of them, this one is just a steal. This one gives you the satisfaction of the variegated leaves, but is not that expensive, at least in the Netherlands. So, and you can grab them at almost every garden center or plant store. So this concludes my top favorite houseplants of June. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorites are. I will see you in the next video. Doei!